Back when you were a kid, did you ever think something like, damn, I want to be like Goku? I wanted to be ripped. I wanted to collect those balls. But now, can you still really be like him? Well, of course you can't become a Saiyan God. But if you train hard enough, you can still get that God bod. Still, none of that matters without the one thing that actually makes Goku who he is, his mindset. And you can actually learn that, because there's real psychology behind it. It explains why bro never gives up. In life, when you're grinding through something that feels way bigger than you, like you know that stress, every time you fail, it's easy to want to quit. Maybe you start thinking that winning is about beating someone else or proving yourself to the world. But that's not it. Not really. That's not how Goku thinks. Bro doesn't fight to aura farm or to prove he's better than anyone. He fights to become stronger. He's the kind of guy who trains even when there's no tournament coming, no villain threatening the world. He trains because he just wants to be better than he was yesterday. It's what psychologists call a growth mindset, the belief that you can improve through effort, not just talent. And Goku lives that. Bro works for it, obsessively. And along with that growth mindset comes something called approach motivation. It means he's focused on reaching something better, not just avoiding something worse. Even when he's outmatched, getting his ass whooped, half the time he's actually excited. Why? Because he sees that struggle as a chance to push his limits and get stronger. And when he does win, bro doesn't slow down. He trains just as hard. Even if he literally dies, bruh is still training in the afterlife. Even death can't stop this guy from improving himself. And it's not just because he was special. Goku wasn't some destined hero or Saiyan Messiah. Bro was just an average Saiyan. But through intense training and unshakable determination, he became not only one of the most powerful warriors in the entire universe, but also one of the most powerful in the multiverse. And he did it because of how he thinks. You can build that mindset too. And there's real science behind why it works. Because in psychology, there's this thing called self-determination theory. And this study says you stay motivated when 3 needs are met: autonomy, competence, and relatedness. Goku nails all 3. He trains because he wants to. That's the autonomy. He's always chasing the next level. That's competence. And he's got people he loves, rivals he respects. That's relatedness. That's why he doesn't burn out, even when he's losing. So if you want to think like Goku, don't just push harder. Build your environment like his. Do what fires you up, not what someone else told you to. Set challenges just outside your comfort zone and chase progress, not perfection. And don't isolate yourself. Train with people who push you or support you. Also, I wanted to point out that there's a huge difference between wanting to grow and wanting to win. You can really see that in Goku and Vegeta's relationship. Some people train or work hard because they want to beat someone else. They need to prove they're better. But others, they're not thinking about anyone else. They just want to level themselves up. That's the difference between Goku and Vegeta. And it's what psychologists call a one-sided rivalry. Goku doesn't train to beat other people. Goku doesn't train to win against others. He trains to outdo himself. Vegeta, though, bro's wired differently. He's got pride, ego, that Saiyan royalty mentality. He's not just trying to grow, he's trying to win. He needs to prove he's the best, especially when Goku gets ahead, and that's where their rivalry differs. It's not even mutual. Vegeta sees Goku as someone to surpass, but Goku? He's just focused on his own growth. According to psychology professor Nobuyuki Oda, that kind of dynamic is actually really common. Most people have someone they see as their rival, but usually the other person has no idea. It's that mental split. One's driven by competition, the other by growth. And honestly, that's why more people should try to be like Goku. Why you should think like Goku. because he's not chasing validation or obsessed with looking stronger than others. He's addicted to getting better because he enjoys the process, not just the outcome. That mindset leads to consistency, peace of mind, and long-term improvement. Even the professor points out that Goku doesn't fight for pride or to humiliate anyone. He fights because every battle makes him stronger. In life, remember, you don't really have enemies. The realest opponent you'll ever face is you, because it takes guts to look at your flaws, your fears, your pride, and face them head on. To choose progress over perfection, to let go of the ego and stay open to learning. You don't need to be better than anyone else. You just need to be the version of you from yesterday. I think most people fall into that trap because in real life, we all kind of carry a scouter. Everything's measured. Grades, salary, social media followers, likes, but that mindset will mess you up. It makes you see everyone as competition. It makes you think you've already been ranked, labeled, and boxed in, like someone else scanned your stats and said, "That's it. That's all you'll ever be." But that kind of thinking is wrong. Goku proves it every time he steps into a fight. When someone stronger shows up, they usually treat Goku's power level like a joke, but he never let a number define him. He doesn't care what they think. Bro kept training. Even after all the battles, even after death, he kept pushing, not for clout, not for approval, just because he knew there was more inside him. His whole journey proves it. Power isn't something you're born with, it's something you build. Sure, he's a Saiyan, he's got potential in his blood, but what actually makes him strong is the way he thinks, the way he trains. Talent's just the starting point. The rest is mindset. So wherever you're from, whatever you're carrying, don't get stuck in the "I've been scanned" mindset. Break your limits.